Buenos dias, Ollie. Thank you for joining us today at Business Spotlight Series. Today, I am excited to introduce Ollie Woods, founder of West Coast Motors. Welcome, Ollie.
Thanks for having me.
So, Ollie, tell us, what do you do? What does your business do?
So I run West Coast Motors, which is a used car dealership based in Seamill, just about half an hour from Glasgow. I run it with my business partner, Jamie McCrindle. We specialise in a lot of kind of higher end cars and performance, but also a wide range of cars, more or less everything that you'd kind of think of. We've probably got something in. But yeah, it's a smaller dealership, but that's who we are.
Brilliant. And how do you end up in this business?
We kind of fell into it just before COVID, probably. Me and Jamie being kind of good friends from way back, 20 years or so. Just decided, obviously, through buying and selling a few cars and things together, that it was maybe an opportunity to try and maybe start a business together, which thank God we did. Obviously, it was probably the most manic thing to try and do at the height of COVID, when restrictions were at its highest, but we went for it, and obviously we're still here now, so it's worked out okay.
Yes. Okay, so did you start the business as a hobby, and then Jamie was doing the same thing as a hobby, and then you said, why don't we join forces and make it a business? Is that what happened, or?
Slightly, yeah. So I was buying and selling kind of various things at the time, Xboxes and just anything online. You were seeing phones, Xboxes and whatnot, and it kind of evolved into a car. So you'd buy a car and then, I was selling them and buying and selling a few. And obviously Jamie was quite aware of what I was doing anyway, which then obviously brought the conversation on to maybe do it together, which we then obviously bought one together, sold it, and then obviously on and on.
The money was coming in, let's do another
yeah,
one.
It was obviously, we were seeing the money. The money was one thing. And it was that way that we thought it was quite easy in a sense, but this is before we were, this was like before a business even thought about it. So it was a big jump to then say, let's start a business together. But obviously, after maybe a few months, we decided to go for it. But we did start off small, and we decided, we don't want to take any loans or anything like that. We'll just keep it as our own money completely, just to stop us jumping in too deep, sort of thing. So, we started quite small, but we've obviously grown over the years. And
yeah, Microsoft also started very, very small in a garage now, so.
But we didn't want to obviously jump into the deep end at all, because we thought we'd be putting too much pressure on us. I think if you had to go to a bank and take a big bank loan and next, I think the stress would have been too much then. So no, we just done it ourselves and let it do its own thing, sort of thing.
That's brilliant. So how many cars will you trade on an average month or week?
Well, my board's behind me with the cars sold for the month. So this month we're actually sitting, there's a few more to go in there, but about 22, 23 at the moment for this month. But the most we'll sell in a month is maybe about 35, 36. But we only stock up to maybe 50 cars.
Yes.
So you're turning over a lot of your stock, sort of thing.
Yes. Now, there are businesses where you have two business partners, and just to have for what you've told me before the interview, you have a very good relationship with Jamie. You coordinate each other, you share the tasks. But so tell me a little bit more about that. This is more for business owners like you who are, two business partners, and sometimes, the division of tasks isn't so clear. Who is in the driving seat, and so on. How do you operate in your business?
So, as I said before, we don't formally have set tasks as such. We've kind of fell into our own roles, which I appreciate a lot of businesses that won't work, and you'll need to maybe set aside specific things for you to do. But I think just the way we've worked from the start, I'll front the adverts in the kind of sales side of things online. And we both obviously take a share of the sales amongst the kind of team that we've got. And then Jamie, being obviously from his accounting background, he leads all the finances. I don't think he would want me to get involved with any of the finances.
Yeah,
Any of that side of thing, accounting tools, he does all that.
yeah,
So we have kind of fell into our own kind of positions as such, while still being complete 50-50
yeah,
business. But whether that would work in other businesses, I don't know. I think that's quite a rare thing that we've
yes,
actually, without even discussing it, have
yes,
got our own kind of roles in the business.
yeah.
So
Yeah, you're in sync. So
yeah, we were totally in sync. It's
well,
worked out.
you're very lucky. You've got a business partner that knows the numbers very well. You know, it's a great asset to have.
Yeah, massively,
Yeah.
massively. I think it's obviously we've had it from the start. It's not as if we came into the business and Jamie trained to be an accountant
Yes.
within. He's always been one. So
Yes.
I think it's something that I've almost kind of underappreciated because he's always been there doing the numbers. But yeah, it's
Definitely.
great.
And I always say, Ollie, that numbers is the language of business. You know your numbers, you know your business, and you will be amazed how many business owners out there don't know their numbers.
Yeah, no, I can appreciate that definitely.
Yeah.
I try and know enough. I think Jamie lets me know enough.
Yes.
But
Yes.
gets a certain point where
Yes. Is there a visionary in the business, like kind of the direction of the business? Yeah. So, for instance, what are your aspirations as a business for the next 5 years? Where would you like to take your business 5 years from now?
5 years from now, I would just like to see us grow, even at the pace we're doing just now, if not maybe a wee bit more. Obviously, we've grown a lot in the last kind of 12 months or so, just between stock levels and sales. And we do have 2 premises at the moment that are full, more or less. So between that, we are looking to expand. There is potential for maybe a new site or a second site that we're trading from. As such, the second site we've got now is just storage. And then with that comes obviously wanting to employ more staff. So I'd like to obviously get more staff on board and provide more jobs locally, which I think would be quite a good thing. And then I just grow, don't go crazy with it. I don't think, I think just the pace we're going just now is good. And I'd just like to see us obviously continue that way.
Yes.
I always like having something to look forward to, but yeah, maybe a second site would be good.
Yeah. Now, it's interesting the comment you made, you want to grow, but you don't want to get obsessed with growth. And that's a great thing, because I always say, and I've heard this, many business leaders say this, be impatient with profit and patient with growth. And businesses do the exact opposite. They are impatient with growth.
Yeah.
And they don't look at the bottom line, the profit,
Yeah, totally.
And revenues keeps growing, but profits are not growing. So yeah.
I think obviously if we were to sit and try and grow, obviously, I think because what we're dealing is used cars, you have to pick carefully what we buy in.
Yes.
So I think they used cars can be headaches. So if we choose the wrong cars, and then if we were obsessed to grow, and we decided let's get 100 cars in, we've maybe not got the right team behind us, we've not got the amount of staff, or the garages or the workshops to take on our work, they can't cope with the load that we've got. I think that would drop the standards almost of the cars that we're selling.
Yes.
So I think it would set us up for a bit of a fall. If we were to grow too fast, I'd like the idea of growing at a slow enough rate that everyone's managing, sort of thing. Which at the moment is working. So keep it that way.
I think it's a great mantra. Grow your profit. Grow your profit. If you grow your profit, sales will grow.
Yeah.
But you're always, the focus is on the profitability of the business. That's great. Very good. So are you geographically, what's your geographic outreach? What area do you cover?
Quite wide, actually. We cover anywhere from maybe Inverness, Isle of Lewis. We've got quite a lot of customers in Isle of Lewis. I'm not sure how our names reached there, but it seems that
referrals, people talking about you.
Honestly, it's one of those things. We've had a few customers in maybe a couple of weeks, and they come down and Well, like, they must be talking about is
Yes.
hardly not a bad thing, I'm assuming.
Yes.
So we go from maybe up north down to London. We've been way down south, you know, Southampton. So people fly up quite a lot, and we do airport pickups and things. But no, we seem to reach quite far. You know, our furthest customer is France. We've sold a car in Paris before, so yeah, far enough.
Brilliant. You mentioned about having another site. Will you be, in terms of having stock, will you be just where you are today, or we are thinking of branching out?
I would like to see us, obviously, the site we're at just now, because we do deal in quite a lot of maybe higher end cars, or cars that you don't often maybe see on the road as such, you know, niche things. And now we have brought in obviously a lot of the run of the mill cars as well, just to accommodate the market sort of thing. So everyone's got something to choose from. I'd probably maybe split the sites so that we've got a site for maybe a more niche, and then another site for your kind of more average cars as such. But that's just an idea just now, you know, that's something that would maybe be useful having two sites. But yeah, it's undecided. It's just spitballing at the moment.
Who is a typical, do you have a customer profile? You know, you tend to attract this type of customers, or is anyone, any walk of life?
Literally anyone. You know, we've sold cars, you know, we've sold various cars to customers that you would not think would fit. You know, certain folk have came in and you almost second guess the car they're wanting to see. You know, there might be like maybe an older woman or maybe a young person, and they're looking for certain cars, maybe a modified Subaru, for instance, and you're almost wondering, is this, you know, are you here to actually look at this car? And no, they're dead set on it. So there's not one, you know, there's not one customer profile, I think, to fit the cars that we sell. We've dealt in everyone and anyone, and they've bought various cars off us, you know.
Yes.
So I know I wouldn't say so. I say we sell to a lot of people.
Brilliant. How do you get clients? How do people know about you? Is it?
Social media, I think, is quite a big thing.
Yes.
Quite a big reach on Facebook and Instagram, which we post daily on, you know, just with the cars that we get in and the cars that we sell. So a lot of it is through social media. And then the rest, obviously, we've got our website and our Google adverts and Auto Trader. They're all good, useful tools to have, you know, obviously for advertisement. Then we do filter through a few other websites, I think, but I don't know exactly how far that goes. But yeah, I think the best one we do see, I think, social media. Like, it's quite, because you can see that directly, you know, between likes and followers and things. So we keep an eye on that more so.
Yes. What was the biggest challenge you had to face in your journey?
Well, COVID was quite a big one, I suppose, just for when we started. But I suppose we are dealing in used cars. So certainly, you know, challenges do crop up, you know, that you don't expect, especially when you start dealing some of the more expensive cars. So I suppose it's not maybe anything's detrimental to the business, but, you know, some expensive cars can go wrong at times, which we have experienced. So that's, some of those challenges are quite good. But I think for the business, I think what we try and do is keeping the customer happy. You know, it's obviously quite a widespread thing in business. You know, you want to keep the customer happy, and when you're dealing in used cars and they've maybe only got one car and such, and you know, you're trying to accommodate everyone. I would say, you know, just keeping your after sales on point and getting things sorted soon as, I think that's our biggest kind of thing. That doesn't happen often, you know, if anything goes wrong, but when it does happen, you need to be on the ball, I think, and just commit to the customer. Forget about profits, forget about anything, you know, you just want to get the car right for the customer, which we've had to do in the past. Just the reality of used car sales, I think.
Wow, that inspires trust when you said when something goes wrong, forget about profit.
I know.
Let's fix it. That's very good. So that's a selling point actually, because people, they don't want to get it wrong.
Yeah,
The biggest fear of somebody buying something is the fear of getting it wrong.
yeah,
So what you've just said there, you are shifting the risk from the buyer to the supplier,
yeah.
which
Cool.
is yeah. Do you have a
Um,
guarantee? Do you offer any types of guarantee?
we have 3 months, 3 months warranty standard,
Yes,
which we would usually supply a third party warranty provider, like another company that you
yes,
buy a warranty package from, and that would be on the customer's car for the duration.
yes,
We do find that it's not one warranty company in particular, because we've tried loads of them, but more than not, any warranty claim will get declined.
yes,
Find a reason to decline it, and you know, you think of it as if you'd bought the car. If you've had the car a month, something's gone wrong, the warranty company's put it down to wear and tear, and is the dealership going to back the warranty company and say that is wear and tear, you're on your own? Or, if you imagine it was you, you'd feel quite hard done to. So, more than not, unless it's point blank,
yes,
something obviously is out with our or without the customer's kind of liability, then
yeah,
we've always helped out, whether we've just got the car fixed or we've at least contributed to it. So
yes,
we try and keep it a lot more to like a personal level in
yes.
terms of just black and white. We're always kind of there. To be fair, we've always tried to be quite
Brilliant.
good in that sense.
Okay. What would you say? Do you have any advice for your 18-year-old self?
Um, my 18-year-old self, I'd say do it sooner.
What's
Go
that?
into, go into business sooner. I would maybe say, I
Well,
was
you're quite young, so you've gone
yeah.
into business pretty soon.
You need to you need to try everything. I think to obviously find what suits you, whether that's your job or a business you want to run. I think it's good to try a lot of things before you settle down. But
Yes,
in hindsight, it's been good for me. It's always been an interest for me in cars. Um, it's just a confidence thing. I think to
yes,
think, the idea of running a dealership and even getting there, from zero to this seems such a huge gap.
yes,
Um, but obviously we fell into this business a different way. We weren't thinking of the business as such. We were enjoying it. And
yes,
that's just what kind of came out of business, came out of it. It was a much more natural kind of progression as opposed to maybe going directly into starting a business. But yeah, no, it's I would have done it sooner, to be honest, if I'd known. But then again,
yeah. That's a great point, actually. So now, I mean, some people watching this recording may be sitting on the fence and thinking, they've been thinking for a while where to start a business, and,
yeah.
and they are like in this, push, just take the plunge and go for it.
Oh,
Is there any attributes you think, in your view, do you think anybody could run a business, or you need a set of attributes to run a business?
no, I think, well, it's hard to say. I enjoy it. Every aspect of it, I'm quite well versed now, I suppose. Not that I've still got loads to learn. I know that for a fact. We're still quite early on in business terms. But I think you just need a wee bit of confidence behind what you're doing. Um, and just obviously maybe a bit of research, whatever it is you're selling. I quite enjoy buying and selling anything. So as long as you know what you're dealing in, and don't go above your head and try and get anything too expensive. I think start small. That's the main thing, because you can afford. You're going to expect to fail at some point, I think, and that's kind of where you learn from. I think mainly.
Yeah,
So one thinking you're going to make loads of money at the start. You could fail a few times, or you could be stuck with something for months that you might not want, and you're trying to sell it. But as long as you go in with quite an open mind, I think, then anyone could do it. I think to an extent, because there's a lot to learn.
brilliant. If you had a superpower, what would you choose?
Superpower. That probably.
Yeah?
Don't know. Superpower. It's thrown me off there. I'd, I'd probably fly. A good one. I don't know.
Yeah.
Cheers.
You like speed. You like speed. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd go with that. I'd go with that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, brilliant. Now, just wrapping up.
Sorry.
Do you have only any news or offers you would like to share with those people watching this recording?
I could say, well, we've got a lot of stock coming in. We've got a lot of fresh stock in just now. So, offers wise, we are pricing our cars very competitively at the moment. So if there is anything in particular, I think anyone's looking for, and we've probably got something to suit. So no, but I'd say just keep an eye on the Facebook page or website.
Very good. We'll put your link of the website in the recording so people can jump on it.
No half price deals or anything at the moment.
That's because you're confident in your quality and service. Well done. Discounting, by the way, discounting kills businesses.
Yeah.
Discounting kills businesses. It's brilliant. Now, Ollie, it's been a real pleasure having you on board today with us at Business Spotlight Series and for sharing your experience with us today. Thank you so much.
Oh, thanks again. Cheers.